King Fahd bin Abdulaziz Al Saud was the fifth king of Saudi Arabia, serving from 1982 until his death in 2005. His reign was marked by numerous changes in both Saudi Arabia and the broader Middle East. Here's a detailed history of his life and reign. Early life and education, 1921 to 1945. Birth. King Fahd was born on March 1921 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, as the son of King Abdulaziz ibn Saud, the founder of modern Saudi Arabia. Education. Fahd received his early education in Riyadh, studying subjects such as the Quran, Islamic law, and history. He was one of the most educated princes of his generation and was known for his intelligence and strategic vision. Early political career, 1945 to 1962. Role in governance. In 1945, King Abdulaziz appointed Fahd as his personal assistant and gradually involved him in the administration of the kingdom. He was tasked with dealing with governmental affairs and was appointed to several important positions. Minister of Education, 1953 to 1960. Fahd became the Minister of Education in 1953. During this period, he spearheaded significant educational reforms in Saudi Arabia, expanding schools and creating a modern curriculum. This move was crucial in transforming Saudi Arabia's educational system and preparing future generations for the modern world. Minister of the Interior, 1962. Fahd took on the role of Minister of the Interior, where he played a critical part in the development of the kingdom's infrastructure, security, and the oil sector. His leadership skills were increasingly recognized, and he became one of the most powerful figures in Saudi Arabia. Crown Prince and Deputy Prime Minister, 1962 to 1982. Crown Prince, 1962. In 1962, Fahd was appointed Crown Prince by his father, King Abdulaziz, following the death of his brothers. In this role, he continued to expand his influence and oversee the kingdom's major policies. Deputy Prime Minister, 1975. After the death of King Saud in 1969, King Faisal assumed power, and Fahd continued to play an important role in the government. In 1975, following the assassination of King Faisal, Fahd became the Deputy Prime Minister under King Fahd. This further solidified his leadership within the royal family. Becoming king, 1982. Ascension to the throne. Fahd became the King of Saudi Arabia in 1982 following the death of his brother, King Fahd. He was known for his modernizing and progressive outlook, which would shape his rule. Reign as king, 1982 to 2005. King Fahd's reign saw significant changes in Saudi Arabia's domestic and foreign policies, marked by a series of important reforms, challenges, and international events. Domestic reforms. Modernization. Fahd implemented major modernization reforms, focusing on expanding Saudi Arabia's infrastructure, healthcare, and education systems. He introduced large-scale projects to modernize the country's cities and economy. Under his rule, Saudi Arabia's oil wealth was used to finance these changes, including the construction of new roads, airports, and hospitals. Economic reforms. Fahd worked to stabilize the Saudi economy, especially after the oil price fluctuations in the 1980s. He took steps to reduce the kingdom's dependency on oil by promoting diversification in other sectors like agriculture, tourism, and manufacturing. Development of the National Guard. King Fahd also continued the development of the Saudi National Guard, which became a key element of the kingdom's security structure. This allowed the royal family to maintain internal stability. Saudi vision for women. Although traditionally conservative, Fahd's reign witnessed the opening of more opportunities for women in education and the workforce, although Saudi Arabia remained a very conservative society during this time. Fahd allowed women to gain access to higher education and work in certain sectors, marking a shift toward a more progressive outlook on women's roles in society. Foreign policy. Gulf War, 1990 to 1990. One of the most significant events during King Fahd's reign was the Gulf War. In 1990, Iraq invaded Kuwait, and King Fahd played a crucial role in the international response. Saudi Arabia allowed U.S. and allied forces to use its territory as a base of operations. Fahd's decision to welcome foreign troops was controversial domestically, but was crucial in repelling Iraq's forces from Kuwait. Oslo Accords, 1993. King Fahd also worked towards peace in the Middle East, especially in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. While Saudi Arabia was not directly involved in the Oslo Accords, Fahd's support of peace initiatives was crucial in the region's political climate. Support for the Arab world. King Fahd was a major supporter of Arab unity and played a significant role in the Arab League. He advocated for a collective Arab approach to regional issues, including the peace process with Israel and the treatment of Palestinians. Islamic influence and Saudi Arabia's role in the Muslim world. Custodian of the two holy mosques. As King of Saudi Arabia, Fahd assumed the title of custodian of the two holy mosques, overseeing the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. His reign saw the continued expansion of the mosques and infrastructure to accommodate the growing number of Muslim pilgrims who visited Saudi Arabia for the Hajj pilgrimage. Support for Islamic movements. King Fahd supported many Islamic organizations worldwide, particularly in the wake of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. Saudi Arabia funded the Mujahideen fighters and supported global Islamic causes. He was also a significant financial backer of the Muslim Brotherhood and other similar groups. Health issues and declining power. Health problems. In the late 1990s, King Fahd's health began to deteriorate. He suffered from a series of strokes, and by the early 2000s, he became increasingly incapacitated. Although he remained the formal ruler, much of the day-to-day governance of Saudi Arabia was handled by his half-brother, Crown Prince Abdullah. Death and legacy. Death. King Fahd passed away on August 1, 2005, at the age of 84. He was succeeded by Crown Prince Abdullah, who had effectively been in charge during the last years of King Fahd's reign. Legacy. King Fahd's reign is remembered for transforming Saudi Arabia into a modern state with a prominent role on the world stage. His leadership during the Gulf War cemented Saudi Arabia's status as a regional power, and his modernization efforts left a lasting mark on the kingdom's infrastructure and economy. Fahd also contributed significantly to the peace process in the Middle East and sought to maintain Saudi Arabia's influence in global Islamic affairs. Key points of his legacy. Economic modernization. His reign witnessed massive investments in infrastructure, healthcare, and education. Gulf War leadership. His leadership in the Gulf War and alignment with the U.S. and allied forces was crucial in the liberation of Kuwait. Promoting Arab unity and Islamic causes. Fahd was a strong advocate for Arab unity, Palestinian rights, and support for Islamic movements worldwide. Internal development. His focus on creating a modern society while balancing Islamic traditions shaped Saudi Arabia's identity in the late 20th century. King Fahd's reign left a profound impact on Saudi Arabia, positioning the country as a regional leader in the Middle East. His approach to modernization, foreign policy, and the preservation of Islamic traditions continues to influence Saudi governance today.